Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about Cathie Wood, who is a well-known investor, Palantir Technologies PLTR stock, which is a big data company, and Nano Dimension's NNDM stock, which is a 3D printing firm. We will start off by talking about Cathie Wood's newest investments, which include adding to her positions in both Palantir and Nano Dimension. Plus, we will take a look at and talk about the new ETF that holds NNDM stock in it. Then we will discuss what Palantir CEO said about other technology companies that do business with China, which has stirred up much debate between Apple and Palantir. Then lastly, we will take a look at Nano Dimension's fantastic Q3 earnings report, and we will take a look at what analyst price targets are for Nano Dimension along with their fair value price. Go and press the like button right now for more PLTR stock and NNDM stock news updates and analysis. Comment your thoughts down below about Palantir calling out other technology companies for doing business with communist countries like China. Turn on all subscription notifications to stay informed, and now let's get right into today's stories. As of late, Cathie Wood of Ark Invest has been buying up shares to brace herself and her Ark funds against market headwinds that she believes are coming. Cathie Wood's Ark ETFs have been hit very hard lately, with her ARKF doing the best recently by only losing around 0.6%, and her ARKW ETF dropped the most by a whole 2.5%. Luckily, Cathie Wood of Ark Invest posts her trades for free online, so we can see how she plans to reinforce her portfolio during this time of inflation and potentially rising interest rates. First, let's start off with her Ark Fintech Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKF, which is made up of many financial technology stocks and others. This includes the likes of Square, Zillow, PayPal, and Alibaba. She has added over 313,000 shares of DraftKings, around 136,000 shares of Toast, and well over 500,000 shares of StoneCo. Next, we have one of my favorite Ark ETFs, which is the Ark Genomic Revolution ETF, ticker symbol ARKG, which has a focus on healthcare companies like Pacific Biosciences, Teladoc, CRISPR, and Fate Therapeutics. Cathie Wood added over 352,000 shares of Pacific Biosciences, 586,000 shares of the Butterfly Network, and more than 615,000 shares of Adaptive Bio. Next up, we have the Ark Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKK, which consists of multiple types of companies like Tesla, Roku, and Spotify. Ark purchased 538,000 shares of Zoom, over 282,000 shares of Invitae, and more than 411,000 shares of Exact Sciences. For Ark's ARKQ ETF, which is their Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, which includes the likes of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, JD.com, and Baidu. Now, I find these recent purchases from Ark very interesting because I have talked and called out these stocks before. First, Ark bought almost 1 million shares of Velo3D, which is a 3D printing company that does business with Elon Musk's SpaceX. Similarly, Ark bought 142,000 shares of Markforged, and lastly, Ark bought over 668,000 shares of Archer Aviation. But here is where it gets good. We have Ark's next generation internet ETF, ticker symbol ARKW, which includes Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Meta Platforms, and Snapchat. Out of the most recent purchases that Ark Invest made, I am going to focus on Nano Dimension because they bought 986,600 shares of Nano Dimension's NNDM stock, which is a huge investment, and it's great news for NNDM stockholders. More good news is that we have the ARKX ETF, which is Ark Space Exploration and Innovation ETF, which includes the likes of Trimble, Kratos, Amazon, and Iridium. This ETF has also picked up a recent 51,576 shares of Palantir Technologies, which is fantastic news. Hopefully you can use this information to help brace your own portfolio for the upcoming market turbulence, but I do want to say that it's very exciting that Cathie Wood has bought up more PLTR shares and NNDM stock. Now, a safe way to own Nano Dimension's NNDM stock is through an ETF like ARKW, or the new ETF by Direxen, which is a nanotechnology ETF, ticker symbol TYNE. There are also other ETFs that hold NNDM stock inside them, but I thought I would give you this option because it's a new ETF that focuses on nanotechnology, where the addressable market is absolutely huge. Here are some of the notable companies in the ETF, such as Arcturus Therapeutics, Nano Dimension, Moderna, and Thermo Fisher Scientific. This seems like a great portfolio setup, but I personally would rather just buy the top 10 holdings in this ETF without having to pay the ETF's 0.65% expense ratio. Now let's talk about how Palantir CEO, who is Alex Karp, has publicly criticized on CNBC all companies that conduct business with US adversaries. This includes companies like Apple and many large technology companies that have operations in China, which are all under fire according to Alex Karp. The Palantir CEO says, and I quote, "If you want to work in China or in any other country that is adversarial, you should disclose it and defend it," end quote. Yahoo has even said that they're going to pull out of China. Microsoft said they will be shutting down LinkedIn over in China, and it seems other tech companies are following suit because of China's laws and policies. However, the CEO of Apple, who is Tim Cook, responded to the Palantir CEO by saying that companies should be able to operate anywhere they can or want. The Apple CEO also went on to say this, and I quote, "I think that we have a responsibility as a business to do business in as many places as we can, because I think business is this huge catalyst. I believe in what Tom Watson said, world peace through world trade. I have always believed that," end quote. So now we really have Palantir's CEO, which is Alex Karp, butting heads with Apple's CEO Tim Cook. So Palantir's CEO followed up on his previous comment by saying that if a company does operate in unfriendly territories, that they need to disclose that information and provide good reasoning based on ethical justification. Now let's talk about Nano Dimension's Q3 earnings report. Nano Dimension reported revenues of $1,340,000 for the quarter and $2,962,000 for the first 9 months of the year, which is absolutely phenomenal news. This is more than double their revenue that they made last year, so this is a fantastic Q3 report. The company also ended the quarter with around $1.385 billion worth of cash or deposits or cash equivalents on hand, and they did have a total operating loss of $24,507,000, so we do have to keep that in mind. The CEO had this to say about their amazing Q3 earnings results, and I quote, "Our revenue for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2021 was up by more than 107% compared to the same period in 2020, with an increase of 65% in quarter-over-quarter. While this is a substantial early indication of the building up of our sales and marketing network, as I've mentioned before, these results are not necessarily a comprehensive attestation of the status of the company." He goes on to say, "More important is the introduction of our new Dragonfly 4 system combined with the efficiency enhancing flight software package. Both were introduced last week at the strategically important Productiontronica trade show in Munich, Germany, which resumed after a 2-year hiatus resulting from the COVID-19 shutdowns." The CEO goes on to say, "Synergetic mergers and acquisitions, accelerated research and development, and revolution in go-to-market efforts are planned to converge and are designed to fuel a mutually accelerated scalable growth. We have planned and are currently executing and hoping to surpass any present solutions for robotic brains in manufacturing, material technologies, and 3D printing performance. Those in turn are aimed to create a business disruptive set of inflection points. While, as usual, there is no guarantee for the timing thereof, these milestones will hopefully cause an increase of value by step functions and create an exceptional time-weighted return on investment for all of our long-term investors," end quote. Basically, he's telling investors to hold tight because there are going to be more mergers and acquisitions and further research and development on their products, along with more sales and marketing expenses, so they can increase revenue and revolutionize and disrupt the industry that they're in, which is additive manufacturing and 3D printing. Nano Dimension's performance was increased by the selling of their Fabrica 2.0 machine paired with their acquisition of Semtech, which boosted their revenues, and it's going to boost them again even next quarter. The earnings per share, or EPS, loss was 7 cents, which is a gigantic improvement from a 45-cent loss from the Q3 of 2020. Overall, Nano Dimension has improved drastically in both revenues and earnings per share, which does put the company on a better track than what they were. Currently, Nano Dimension has an overall technical score of 18, which is not the best because it only means that Nano Dimension is better than 18% of stocks on the market. However, if we look short term, they have a technical score of 94, which is very high, and this is for their industry, which is the computer hardware industry, and it ranks Nano Dimension in the top 6% of stocks for their industry, which is really good news. Estimates say that the fair value price of NNDM is $7, and they have an analyst price target and price prediction of $10 by next year. But what do you all think? Like this video right now, comment your thoughts down below about Palantir and Nano Dimension, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.